Does love have an open door? Welcome, stranger.
Really at the heart of everything that we do is our refugee resettlement programs.
CRIS is everything to me.
We do our best here at CRIS to get people to accomplish their dreams through employment, ESL, helping them find homes and security and safety here in the U.S.
I came as a refugee, so I saw a lot of need in my community with a lot of people, especially with the low English and people who doesn't have an idea about the culture. So I thought, okay, let me spend my spare time as a volunteer because I wanted to help them. I know more about our people because I came through that route, so I'll be more efficient on helping them. That's the main thing. I was feeling like, okay, I'll be a good candidate to help.
The biggest thing I learned is that no matter where you come from or what your citizenship status is or what you've experienced, at the end of the day, people are just people.
Columbus is a very welcoming city. Our local government is very supportive of refugee and immigrant affairs.
We have to be within top 3 welcoming cities, even if it doesn't have the official title. And I think it's just proven by all the secondary migration that our city gets and welcomes from people who are resettled in other states or regions but are moving here because either the market value of how much your money can do here or just the fact that there's so many different ethnicities and cultures already here that is we just welcome you by default.
On the other hand, it could always be better. Transportation is an issue. Housing is an issue. Dealing with the government and getting government services is an issue.
Refugees have so much to offer to our nation culturally and economically, spiritually, etc. There's so much that we lose at a time like this where we aren't seeing nearly as many people arriving in the United States as we were in the past.
There are large established refugee communities here in Columbus through the Somali community and especially the Bhutanese Nepali community. For example, the BNCC is a really great resource center. In recent years, we've also started resettling newer populations, such as from Eritrea and the Democratic Republic of Congo. They have less established refugee communities here. I'm really grateful that a lot of resources provided by the city now include translation services for Nepali and Somali. That is a fantastic start, but now we have a lot of people coming here who speak languages such as Tigrinya, Kinyarwanda, Kiswahili, and they don't have those resources available to them.
I have a lot of memories in the refugee camp because the life is very, very tough. The refugee camp because there is no job, very dusty, very remote, and a lot of shortages financially, food, anything. And when I come here, it is better than the refugee camp. But here also there are a lot of challenges because as a newcomer here, there are a lot of things that I can't memorize. In back home, I was working in the construction for many years. When I came here, I was expecting I can work with the same job, but they didn't accept me because of I'm not certified with US standard. I should have to start with a warehouse, and it was very challenging for me. I have 5 children, and I was start with $9 an hour, and I remember everything was crazy because house rent, the electric bill, the insurance, car, everything. But I passed through now. I'm okay.
I lived in a refugee camp for the last 20 years before coming to US. In other words, I grew up in the refugee camp. Right, so all I have seen is a refugee camp in my life before coming to US. So every tiny little thing was a different thing here that I have to learn how to get used to. I have to learn how to overcome that.
My name is Immaculate. I'm from Cameroon. I'm 29 years old. I'm someone who is jovial, hardworking. I like spending time with kids. Mostly, I make kids my friends. Whenever I meet kids, I love to play with kids, so that's me.
Alice, c'est quelqu'un qui aime rire, quelqu'un qui aime travailler, quelqu'un qui veut les gens, quoi. Qui veut dialoguer avec les gens.
From the first day I came to this place, the staffs were welcoming each and everyone I talked to. I don't feel I was lost. I feel that there is always somebody that can help me. Yeah.
CRIS helped me to know the Columbus because it took me everywhere. If I have appointment, they are the one who helped me to go to the hospital, my child in school. Everything is a CRIS. Yeah.
There is that myth outside of this community that refugees come and drain the resources, right? Mostly the welfare resources. That's not true.
Back at home in my country, I did marketing and management. In future, I would like to continue in the management study and attain my dream. Maybe be a manager of my own company. Yeah.
My dream job. I want to be a nurse.
So they want to work hard. They want to buy homes. They want to contribute to the community, give back to the local economy.
One of the goals I have is being hardworking in any society I find myself.
There's just so much joy that comes from getting to see somebody's life totally turned around by having an opportunity like coming to the United States and receiving just the little bit of support that we're able to offer.
When I first started working with Refugee Speakers Bureau, I worked with this man who had just arrived in February of last year. He had gotten an engineering degree in Ukraine, but he was able to get it accredited and he was able to start work in his field in just a couple of months, which is phenomenal. And he was able to reunite with his family he hadn't seen in over 6 years.
Over the years, former students from my class will come back 2 or 3 months after they graduate, or sometimes 2 or 3 years after they graduate, and thank me for being their teacher. And that's just inherently good.
I think it's just through conversations you get these little victories. When, you know, we had a Guatemalan family stop referring themselves as, you know, the other, and that they belong here, and that the dad has a job, and they're meeting friends, and you know, not afraid to go outside.
Back at home, I operate a restaurant. Yeah. So there are so many things I have in mind. Owning a business, I know I have a little bit of experience about that. And I've always worked to be determined to be on my own.
Être heureuse, avoir une bonne vie. Ma fille étudie bien. Je sois quelqu'un dans la vie, à l'avenir.
But I've just learned so much about what it means to be a generous person, what it means to really care about family, how to be kind and considerate. And every day I'm amazed by the resiliency and level of hard work from refugees and everything they've gone through. I've learned so much, and it's made me realize what I need to do and what I can do to give back to my community in greater ways.
Another best moment is when I'm in church, in the house of the Lord. Oh, that's one of my best moments in life. Birthday is just an ordinary day, but one of the most best and important. When I'm in church, I feel different. Yeah.
Premièrement, c'est Dieu. Et après, tout supérieur à moi, je le respecte. Même le petit, le supérieur, tout être humain, quoi.
In 2008, I didn't know very much about refugees at all. I had studied a little bit of Arabic and thought, oh, maybe I could put some of that to use by volunteering at this organization. And through that, got connected with a family that had recently arrived from Iraq, and very quickly that family became like my family. And so just through spending time with them and just seeing some of the challenges that they had to overcome and some of the amazing talents and gifts that they had to offer, it kind of helped me realize that I really wanted to dedicate my life to serving refugees.
Where would you be without? Where would you be without your dream?